So today I have my Sharp 13-inch CRT TV from March 2000. And the label on the back says it's model number 13N-M100. And you can see it was manufactured in March 2000. But I believe that these particular TVs were perhaps from starting in 1999 and maybe manufactured all the way through 2003. And this is just a basic 13-inch TV of its day. In front you have a little sensor for the remote right there. You have the power switch, the volume down and up, channel down and up, and then two RCA connectors here, one for video, one for mono audio. But something you didn't commonly see is you could actually access the menu options for the TV not only through the remote but also through these keys here. You just have the channel keys. If you hit them together, you will get the menu and you can start cycling through the menu options. So again, it was only mono audio, and the audio was actually on the right side of the TV as you face it. And so the mono audio is right here on the side. And as you can see on the left side, you have no speaker outlet. I kind of like the style. In the back, you do have the flare for the cathode tube for the RCA, but then you have kind of like this squared off rectangular shape on the bottom, which kind of makes it a unique shape. So you do have a little mount for a surface top antenna if you didn't have an antenna on top of your roof. In the day, I do have a pair of rabbit ears just like this, and I would just typically just slip in to this little holder, and then you would plug your antenna into the single coaxial connector that's in back here. Now I do like all the vents that I see on the back of this unit, and you get a lot of venting on the bottom. Let me turn this thing over a little bit so you can see how much air venting this TV has. And so I just tipped it back and you can see all the air venting that's on the bottom of the TV. So the cathode tube really does get hot, so you do want some good venting. And yes, I do have the original remote. Let's see, it works on 2 AA batteries, I believe. Yes, it does. And you can see all the buttons right there. It's a pretty simple remote. And the remote model is G1324SA. So I did plug it in, and to turn the power on, you could either just use the power button on the remote or just the power button on the TV itself. And here it just starts in the input. It's just looking for the RCA inputs that are here in front. To get the coaxial input in back, let's say it was hooked up to the antenna, you could change the input by hitting the input button here and changing it to look for actual channels. So 2, 3, 4, etc. I'll go ahead and mute the static. And since I don't currently have it on connected to any cable, I'll just go ahead and leave it to input. Now if you noticed, I was kind of going up the channels, and when I go down below 2, it automatically reverts back to the input for the RCA cable. So to get into the menu screen, you could either hit the menu button that's on the remote like that. I'll go ahead and leave that. Or again, I said if you hit the 2 channel buttons simultaneously, it'll also bring you to the menu window, just like that. And going through the menu, the first one is just so you can go up and down the menu by hitting the channel up and down, like that. And to select which one, like the sleep timer, you would just hit one, either the negative or positive volume button. And that would just be the sleep option there, and just time remaining. The next one would be video adjustment. So if I go into that, you could adjust the picture, the tint, the color, the brightness, the sharpness, And here you can have some selections about your favorite color setting. Here it's currently on standard. You could, if you prefer a red tone, you can set it for that, or a blue tone. I'll just keep it to standard. And then you could also just reset all your settings. So the next option is closed caption, and you can select your closed caption settings. And then the next one down is parent control, the traditional V chip of the day. It was basically a chip in a lot of TVs that allowed parents to control what kids could watch based on ratings, and usually they have a password setup as well. The next one down is energy saving. Now this is interesting. If this was on, the brightness of the TV actually goes down by about 20% to help save energy. Now in standard indoor light, it's not that noticeable, but it does reduce the brightness by about 20%, so you may or may not like that, but you have that option here. And then the last one on this display is just the standard setup. And here we can change to a blue screen. Like when I went into the channels before, oops, I'm already in 125. So when I was in channel 2, you notice the static, and there was static noise. If I go into setup here and change and select the blue screen, currently it's off, so I want to select it to be on. Now when you do not get a signal, instead of static, you'll see a blue screen like this. So as I go up the channels, instead of static, I'll just get a blue screen. And so the next one is language. You have a selection. You can have your menu in English, Spanish, or French. And then the last selection is just channel settings. I do not currently have this connected to a cable or an antenna, so I can't really set this at this moment. So I went ahead and plugged it into a DVD. I have a little bit of SpongeBob here. We can help demonstrate the image quality. We'll go ahead and put the DVD in. You could automatically see that is from the DVD player itself. And that's just the introductory image. It has no sound, but you can see, hopefully, that the image is really crisp and clear. The color is really nice, especially for a 25-year-old TV. And so we'll just play a little bit of the beginning scene here. I don't want any copyright strikes, but you can hear the sound. There's only a single speaker on the side. And we'll go ahead and mute it for now, but you can see the quality of the image. And again, after 25 years, it still looks wonderful. And there you go. That is my 13-inch Sharp CRT TV from 2000, model number 13N-M100. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.